So in this try it exercise, we are asked to solve x squared plus 2x minus 8 is less than 0 graphically, and we're asked to write the solution in interval notation. So first off, let's look at what's on the left side of this inequality, x squared plus 2x minus 8, and let's view it as if it were a function. So f of x equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. So we have this in the typical form of ax squared plus bx plus c. In this case, ax squared, a is just 1, the invisible 1 out front, plus 2x, so b equals 2. And again, remember, this is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. And then c, since it's minus 8, it's negative 8. C is negative 8. So what does this mean? Since a equals 1, it's positive. That means we know that it opens up. And since b equals 2 and c equals negative 8, we also know the axis of symmetry So we know the axis of symmetry is going to be x equals negative b over 2a. So that equals negative 2 over 2 times 1, which equals negative 2 over 2, which equals negative 1. So we know x equals negative 1 is the axis of symmetry. Let's go ahead and we'll start sketching part of this graph. I would suggest using graph paper. I'm not bringing it in here for purposes of ease. So we have x equals negative 1. Here's our axis of symmetry. Now, what else do we know? What about the vertex? Well, we know the vertex is at the x value of the axis of symmetry. So we substitute that into our function. So f of negative 1 equals negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8, which equals 1 minus 2 minus 8, which equals negative 9. So we know that the vertex is at negative 1, negative 9. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So negative 9, negative 1, negative 9. There's our vertex. Now, what else can we do to finish graphing this function? And again, we know it opens up, so we have enough room on the graph. Let's look for our x-intercepts, because ultimately that's what we want, because we want to know when is this function less than 0. So when is the function below the x-axis? Well, we can figure that out by finding the x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts are when y equals 0, or when f of x equals 0. So x squared plus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Are there any two numbers that will multiply to negative 8 that add to 2? Well, what about negative 2 and 4? Multiply through, that gives us x squared plus 4x minus 2x is plus 2x minus 8. So that does end up being what we originally had for our quadratic, x squared plus 2x minus 8. And what this means is x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. So x equals 2, or x equals negative 4. So we'll go to 2, 1, 2. And we'll go to negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And now we can connect the dots. We could also find the y-intercept, but in this case it's not necessary, because we know that x squared plus 2x minus 8 is less than 0 between x equals -4 and x equals 2. So for part B, in interval notation, our solution would be -4, 2. Because that's the interval of x where the function, or where the expression that we used as a function, is less than 0, where the graph is less than the x-axis.